I'm excited to share this space with you for the next few minutes. Let's start with an inhale and exhale. Let's see what's in store. Six of Wands and Three of Cups. Star and the Ten of Wands. So you're doing a lot of things that are actually exciting you right now, that are actually making you successful, making you happy, making you feel like you're getting places. You're feeling seen, you're feeling chosen. You're getting the right jobs, you're getting the right connections, you're meeting the right people. 111 on the clock. It's like really good energy that you're surrounding yourself with, and it's starting to click into place for you a lot. It's a lot of things because of what you've been wishing for, basically. It's coming to fruition. The downside is that you are tired. You're tired. You have a lot of burdens, at the same time. Like getting your dreams is not easy. Otherwise, everyone would just become magicians and just get everything they want, like a genie. It's not that simple. It's not that easy. So when you go after your dreams, when you go after things, you're working a lot, you're doing a lot, you're making the most out of your time, your energy. However you spend your energy, whether it's productive or not, really, it's still how you spend your attention and your energy. But whatever you're doing right now, and it actually is working, it's working well for you. And you're actually, dare I say, happy. You're happy and tired at the same time, which is, I guess, you're in a place where you're being productive, and it's working for you, or it's starting to work for you. But it does, you're also, you have to make sure that you spend time resting and taking care of yourself on the yin side of life, instead of always being in the yang energy, producing, go getting, go all this energetic outward behavior. Sometimes you do have to balance your time, and whether or not you're an extrovert or an introvert, whether you recharge around a lot of people or you recharge by yourself, you have to flip the energy with you. And if you're going and doing a lot of things, and even though you're making it happen, you might be partying a lot, you might be around a lot of people a lot, and this is what you want and it's working for you. Maybe it's that you're not sleeping enough, or you're not taking care of your body enough, you don't exercise, you just work, 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 and you think just standing on your feet is exercise. And even though it is good to move around on your feet, if you're not actually consciously exercising for the sake of health and your all of your muscles, not just the ones that you're using throughout the day, throughout your job, that can come into play after a while. Or maybe you're not eating healthy because you're working too much. Just remember to rejuvenate yourself and take care of yourself like a nurse. You are your own nurse. You don't have other people around you, taking care of you like a mommy, or, you know, packing your lunches for you and all this fun stuff. You have to be the one to advocate for your own health and wellness, and you have to be honest with yourself. I really feel like you're in a really good mind frame right now. You're actually really happy and optimistic. you know um, you're really starting to feel into this new way of life, something that you're doing. um, so just remember to keep your energy balanced. If you need to rest, you have to schedule time to rest. It's not just going to come out of nowhere. If you need to um, maybe actually exert more energy, if it's the opposite of where you're resting a lot and you're healing a lot, maybe it's time to put a little physical stress onto you. But I think you're resting and coming from a lot of anxiety and overwhelm with the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Swords. A lot of anxiety, a lot of overwhelm, a lot of stress, you know? sleeplessness, insomnia. If you've ever had to deal with insomnia before, you know how detrimental it is to every part of your life. Every part of your life is affected with sleeplessness, insomnia. It is a sickening thing to deal with, and it's truly horrible because it affects not only the daytime, it affects your cognitive ability, affects your physical health. Your body starts breaking down because you're not filtering at night. When we sleep, our bodies go through a lot of filtering processes in our brains and our entire body, and if we don't get that sleep, we're not detoxifying ourselves, and we become very, very sick that way. So if you're having problems dealing with sleep for some reason, you have to take care of that. It's detrimental to your health to make sure that you are sleeping and resting. um, you'll be foggy. You'll also be very irritable. You might anger quickly around people because you're stressed out. You're tired. You feel weak too. Your body feels weak. So all this energy, um, you're coming out of, but things are looking like good. Things are looking good for you. What else we got? Death, exactly. Like transforming yourself out of this energy. And the Four of Wands is about community again, which is interesting. The Three of Cups and the Four of Wands is both about community-based belonging, celebration, partying, reunion. It's just a meeting of the minds and spirits when you find your kind of tribe of people that you feel like you belong with, that you can be yourself around. That's a very freeing feeling. So you definitely walked away, packed your bags from something that wasn't serving you anymore, but it's turning out really, really well for you. Four of Cups. You might definitely feel like you are, you can still go through grief when you transform yourself, right? It's the scorpionic energy is about transformation, and transformation hurts. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for easy, you know, people that want life to be easy. No, no. Transformation is not easy. Transformation is excruciatingly painful, isolating. Whatever negative emotion you want to attach to it, go for it. So that can leave you in a state of grief if you are transforming yourself out of a situation, out of a way of thinking. But it is working for you still. But you're dealing with both of the energies here. It's excitement and grief. It's celebration and sadness. And now you're really making things happen. The Magician, right? Death and the Magician. Who that's a transformative phoenix rising energy that I'm getting. Or it's just, which is also the sign of Scorpio, the Phoenix. We have Scorpio as the sign of transformation, and the Scorpion, it's the Phoenix, and it's also the Eagle. Um, you rise after being burned to the ground, or just being completely burned out, let's say. Things are going to work out for you because you're alchemizing it. We all go through bad situations. We all go through situations, hopefully not often, but we all will hit rock bottom at one point or another. And it's how you deal with the pain, how you deal with the frustration, how you deal with the days that you don't have anything to wake up for, how you deal with maybe physical pain, mental anguish, whatever it is. That is that growing pains that people call, right? It's growing pains. It's not easy to transform, but now that you're in the thick of it, you can either go backwards or forwards. You're in the middle. You're putting a lot of energy into yourself. You're being charitable to yourself, right? And it's not about being selfish. It's not about using people to gain something, right? It's not about playing mind games with people to get something for yourself. That's selfishness. It's about being self-serving and loving yourself, putting time and consideration into your health and well-being. That's loving yourself. It's not looking at yourself that's unhealthy or something like that and being like, I'm perfect. It's not that. It's about looking at yourself kindly and being charitable with yourself and being like, what do I really need right now? Where do I want to go? What am I wishing for? And then putting steps into action for yourself. And that definitely revolves around collaboration. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and Three of Cups. A lot of collaborative energy with the right people. People that are emotionally in tune with you. People that are emotionally intelligent, right? Or at least respectful. When you're emotionally intelligent, you become more respectful towards others naturally. And one sign of stupidity is meanness. So you want to be around people that are giving you the right energy, and that's okay. Four of Cups, Four of Swords, Four of Wands. This is a time of transformation, but resting to go next. Like there's a lot of rest signals here with me for some reason. So this is, where I am located. We're in the middle of winter right now. This is the time to rest and rejuvenate and go inward, introspect, make some plans about where you want to see for the future, where you're going, where you want to see yourself, and just create some new goals, right? It's all about goal setting. That Ten of Pentacles to get where you want to go. Page of Cups. Flirt with that new energy. Flirt with your intuition, the moon. 12:12 on the clock when I just looked up. So you're definitely putting a lot of energy into where you want to go next, but also who you want to be around next. It's a very important factor that we also don't really think about. Everyone around us affects us greatly. So even though we might be putting out good energy into the world, we also might not at certain times because we're all humans. But if you consciously try to put good energy out into the world and put good energy into the pool of our energy collection, eventually it will come back to you, but you can't do it for the sake of getting something in return. You have to do it for the sake of humanity. You have to do it for the sake of kindness and just sharing love for love's sake. It's free. There's no strings attached. It's not conditional. You give love because you want to, because it's a way of life for you. Fire signs comes out. Action, passion, and terms, working it out. You got to work out the terms. What are the new terms for yourself? What do you not want to be around? What do you want to be around? You have to define both so you know your boundaries, because there's always room in between. Everyone doesn't just, it's not so polarizing with your decisions sometimes. Sometimes there's a lot of gray area, and that's what makes us stuck in decision making. But you have to define each boundary, the good and the bad, and then where someone falls in between, where a job falls in between, where a community falls in between, and see how it works for you. I'm going to pull an oracle. You've flown so far already. Keep your gaze on the horizon. You're almost there. So this is about long-term distance running. This is about recharging yourself, resurrection. The death card here is, this is what I'm getting from this. It's about resurrecting yourself, coming out of something that was you were struggling. It's actually working. You're actually very happy over this outcome so far, even though you're in the middle of it. You haven't even gotten to where you're going, but you have a vision. It's working for you. People are picking you. They're seeing your talent. They're seeing your the benefit to be around you, right? And it's not just one type of benefit. Like it's not just that you're kind, caring, whatever. You have a lot of benefits to offer people, and there are people around you that are appreciative of you, and they want you around on purpose. This is your community. This is what you've been alchemizing. This is what you've been wishing for, and it's working. So, whatever community you're going towards or that you're defining for yourself, maybe you're creating your own community, whatever it is, you're putting things into action because you're halfway there. So it's like getting lost and not knowing which way to turn. If you keep going in the same direction, like it's like you're halfway through the race. You can either turn around or go forward. Either way, it's the same distance. So just keep going forward. Don't feel like you need to retreat into old ways, into old communities, into old ways of thinking. This is this is an epic journey that you're on, and that you are rebirthing yourself. And it's hard. It's okay. It's okay to feel tired, because if you just define that it's hard and be like, yeah, it's hard, it's not so excruciating because you just expect it to be hard. You just have to realize that life is not going to be easy. Whoever made you think that life is just going to be so easy, it's something to look forward to, because life can be easy sometimes, but to get where you're going, just know that you've gone so far already, and transformation is very hard, and you should salute yourself knowing that you've gotten through a lot already. So whatever you're intuitively thinking about where you want to go, the moon and the 10 of pentacles, this is something that is really, you're going places and you have a vision, and just keep listening to that intuition, whether or not you tell people about your plans or not. This is about withholding your plans, what you wish for, not sharing it so much with people, because they're, everyone's going to have an opinion about what you want to do in life. Just remember what remains true to your heart, what feeds your soul, what would actually make you feel excited in your body physically if you had the idea of it happening. Whether it's like, oh, I want a house that looks like this in this kind of place, and then imagine yourself there, and if your body vibrates and you feel excited, like those butterfly feelings, that's a good sign for you to pay attention to. So start listening to the signs that your body's telling you, listen to your intuition of where you're going. But I think you already know where you are going. Wherever you are going, whatever you're alchemizing right now with the magician, this is something that's working for you. So I would say just good job and keep going.